Pretty brown, petite, so sweet. Boy, put your love on me. Pretty brown, petite, so sweet. Boy, put your love on me. I wanna love you down, down, down.
What's up, what's up, what's up? And welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, welcome. If you're old, what's up, y'all? What's up? From when I thought about this video to it now being executed, a lot has changed. Well, not a lot, but a little bit. First things first, it's raining outside. And I was planning on going parking lot pimping tonight. But nevertheless, I don't know. But we gonna still make it do what it do, because y'all hear that? Parking lot pimping is only in the parking lot for about 2-3 hours, and then everybody go back into the building anyway. So we gonna see. So y'all, this gonna be the next installment of Makeup for Beginners, and this right here is going to be on setting and finishing your makeup. Okay, so literally we're not even going to do eyeshadow because that's a whole thing on its own. I don't do the best eyeshadow tutorial. There's many people that actually do it. Check up on the vids, okay?
My eyeshadow, little Waffle House yellow.
So if you got this far, that means that you have literally learned about like the tools. You learn how to do foundation, concealer. You learn how to prep your skin, skincare, take off your makeup. I think not yet, but now we're moving into what's known as finishing off your face. Okay, so throughout the whole process, I'm gonna try to skip the things that are irrelevant and show you guys just like the biggest, you know, like the bam, bam, bam. Okay, so let's get into it. So I believe that setting and primer goes like hand in hand. We're gonna go in with the Sephora Smooth and Blur primer. It is a water-based primer that's gonna work for the foundation I'm using today. And while that's it, we're gonna go ahead and do my brows. Y'all, I just got some more of this right here. This is a Blistex conditioning lip serum. I bought one from Walmart, ran out of that hole, and I had to buy a 2-pack off Amazon. But y'all ain't seen this in a while, but y'all better put this on my lips. Condition that girl. Okay. I bring y'all back in because now it's the time that we're going to officially start using a setting thing, okay? Right? So, the difference between a setting spray and a finishing spray. So, a setting spray you're supposed to use throughout your makeup, and it's going to help melt everything in. That's just how I feel. It's going to help melt everything in. And a finishing spray is to finish off the look. I know people say different things. This is just what I understand. This is what just I believe. This is what works for me, okay?
Spray this motherfucker, and it'll hold.
The foundation that we're using today is going to be the Sephora. This is their Fondant, the Sephora. This is their old foundation when you saw in the last video. Again, I think this one has been discontinued. They replace it. And this is 65N. Not that it matters because they discontinue it. Shake that bad boy up. Okay, so that's what we're working at right now, right? So, using it throughout your makeup process. Zoom down a little bit, okay? Next, I'm going to take, this right here is a setting spray, mattifying. This is the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse. My problem with this one is it comes out funny. Let me see if it does now. You see, it's like a scream. I don't want to scream. Why for the longest I wanted to take this bet, but I couldn't because I bought it so long ago. Why I read on the website today that you're supposed to run the nozzle under hot water. You're also supposed to wipe it off with a makeup wipe to unclog it after each use. Be right back. Let me do just that.
1 hour later.
I don't know what technology is behind her, but she does get clogged up sometimes. So here we go. Now I'm about to spray that onto my foundation. Long lasting foundation. This is also like in the process of like, let's say you let your foundation or something sit too long, your powder or whatever. Sometimes you need to remist. Again, you can also use like rose water, any type of like facial mist for it. We call it refreshers, but you can use that for it too, or you can just go in with a setting spray. Not a finishing one, a setting spray, and that's going to like rehydrate everything, okay? So now that I sprayed it on my face, we're gonna go ahead and blend that in. I'm gonna bring you guys in just a little closer, just right here so you can see it. And I think this foundation, I don't know if this is a water-based foundation. Perfect. And again, like this goes with everything that I've been saying throughout like the whole beginner makeup thing. If a brand has a foundation or if a brand has a setting spray, get it. Because 9 times out of 10, if you like their foundation, everything else that the brand makes, the setting spray is going to be formulated to work best with it. But again, you can also mix and match because they can't tell you what to spend your money on, okay?
She's got a point.
You got e.l.f., you got LA Color, like you have drugstore like setting spray. You also have like your high-end luxe one. Again, pick and choose your bag. You also have like the professional ones that they use on set. Get what you can get, okay? Get what you can get, okay? So now that's in, I'm gonna go ahead with concealing, and I'll be back with the next step that we're going to use when it comes to setting. So I'm doing this trick that I learned from Jackie Aina, and it's basically just letting your concealer dry down so you know you can get more of a coverage from it, okay? Boom. So 2 types of powders, or we can do 3 types. The first one is a setting powder. So a setting powder main focus is to lock in your makeup, okay? So it's going to lock your makeup in place. It's also going to control shine, and it's going to extend the wear time of your makeup and concealer. So whether you're setting your foundation or you're setting your concealer, both of these with a setting powder is going to extend the longevity of it, okay? As well as control shine and locking your makeup. When it comes to a finishing powder, from my understanding, a finishing powder is going to add the final touch to your makeup, i.e. finish, and it's also going to blur imperfections, okay? Some people use setting powder for both or whatever. Again, y'all, you can use them interchangeable. Whatever works best for you, try everything, okay? So, also, powders can typically come in a loose or a press. Loose and press, again, is just basic self-explanatory. This right here is going to be loose. Something like this right here is going to be press, okay? Press is easier to take with you throughout the day to touch up your makeup. Why? Because it's pressed, like it's just pressed into the system. Where to a loose, can you imagine like being in a car and trying to like struggle with powder to put on your face? Real mess, okay? So now that we got that out the way, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in and set this. I'm gonna use a brush since I let this set out so long. Well, since I let it sit, it wasn't even a long time, but probably like 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in. Gotta bring this mirror up close, okay? Again, what you're doing is with the Beauty Blender silicone sponge or with the brush, you don't want to mess up what you just now put on your face. So try not to blend it into oblivious, as you know what I said in my last video. Typically, flashback is brought on by your setting powder. That what gives flashback. So this right here is light. This is the Jeffree Star. You guys already know this right here is the Jeffree Star, and this right here is the CoverGirl True Professional. This is Tanti. This one is more my skin tone, okay? So in order to prevent this flashback, I'm gonna set with this right here. But I also want that brightening effect, so I'm gonna use both of these. But instead of using this one, I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna mix it with this right here is Cashew from the Pro Filter line from Fenty Beauty. So we're gonna mix these two together. And while I do right there, y'all, here's a word from Jackie.
Can we also talk about creasing? I'm just gonna be completely honest. I feel like the standards for under eye creasing are a little unrealistic. I mean, cause makeup should not be used synonymously with plastic surgery. Okay, let's just remember that. If you put a product on top of an area that naturally creases a little bit, it's gonna crease. That's just what it is. The point is to not fight it. It's
okay, so I like mixing 2 powders together. Sometimes I can use it separate depending on where I'm going. I just now learned that nighttime makeup and daytime makeup is 2 different things, okay? So I like putting that on with a beauty blender if I'm going to bake, okay? So again, I'm setting the concealer. I'm setting every place that I put concealer in, okay? Sometimes I go in with like a brush, A lot of time, like you can also go like just dusting it on there, but I'm gonna actually like put it on there. So a lot of people like to press the excess off the back of their hand. I don't do that. Okay, we're gonna go right in with our damp beauty blender, our damp beauty sponge, and then I'm gonna go ahead right in. I gotta zoom in so I can kind of set this right. Put the excess on my nose. And put was a little bit on my forehead too, because I don't like too much on my forehead. Because I do wrinkle up there. So this powder is going to set these wrinkles. So I need to not like have expression for the next couple of like minutes. But another stupid thing I do, I always put this on first before I do my eyeshadow, because it typically catch any fallout that comes from your eyeshadow palette or your eyeshadow if you do it. But I'm not doing any like shimmer, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to put that bad boy and let that sit. So this right here is more like a baking method for setting your foundation. It's just going to, the longer you got it on there, the more it's going to set. It's also going to brighten more. Okay, so even if your concealer that you put to brighten or underneath your eyes is not the most brightest, this powder or your setting powder could be used for brightening. And then I typically let that sit while I do my eyeshadow. On a day that I'm not doing any eyeshadow, I'll probably still put that on and then take it off after like 2 minutes. Or if I'm just like really like your skin but better, I'll just take this brush right here and I'll just brush it on. Just brush underneath, you know, versus the whole thing of having to like let it bake. Or I'll take this brush right here and I'll just kind of put a light layer on there, because the less foundation, the less powder you put on there, the less cakey you look, okay? So eyeshadow and then I'll be right back. Okay, so eyeshadow was done. Really cute. A little gold, bronzy look. I don't know what it's giving, what it's hitting for. But yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, that's gonna have to work. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and dust off that. It didn't set for long enough, y'all. So I should have no wrinkles on my forehead, because this look took a little long because I just kept adding stuff to it. Okay, so here's the point where I will go in with my Morphe setting powder, finishing powder. But again, this right here, foundation seems to be already matte. So I ain't gonna even settle with that right there, right? So now let me go in with some blush and I'll be back. Okay, so now we are going to, well, we're at the end of this whole look for the most part. Now we're gonna go into, this right here is also a setting powder, right? I mean, it's also a setting spray, right? This is the One Size One by Patrick Starr. But I'm gonna use this as like a finishing powder too, you know, because I don't have a finishing spray. But we're gonna use that because again, like they're used interchangeably, but for like in the gross world, in the perfect world, you have two, okay? Also, I'm gonna try how this right here looks. Hopefully I don't mess up anything, but this is the Morphe Filter Effect Finishing Powder. This is number 15. This is darker than my foundation, but supposedly it's going to remove some of the shine. So I typically, sometimes when I do use this, I use it before, well, I prime it, and I use this right here after my prime to set my primer. Jackie taught me. Did not do that today, so we're going to kind of take a little bit of this right here on the sponge. As you can see, it's coated. And then I'm going to bring you in. Now, I'm only going to set the places where I put my foundation, if that makes any sense. Well, I'm going to just set my foundation. Let's see how this right here works. It should make it a little darker, as you see right there. But it's also going to take a lot of the shine away. If there's any. So that right there in itself should make sure I stay matted and make sure my foundation is not transferring to anything else, okay? So the goal is longevity. So it's gonna make sure it's longevity, but also it's gonna should keep it, I would say, I guess, skin-like. That does look good. Oh, I can see right here where I kind of hit it a little too hard. But y'all can see, but it's really, really dark. So let's blend in, okay? And then I'm gonna go in with a setting spray. This right here is, again, the one size one. Shake this bad boy up. So I'm gonna spray her and then I'm gonna let her sit for, I think, 1 minute. They say this right here is the one you're supposed to let sit for 1 minute. But again, I'm doing this research after I got mad and made a bad review on the brand. So Milk Makeup, I'm sorry. So here we go. Don't open my eyes yet because this thing do tend to burn. I was looking for my pan. I'm sorry. So like I say now, people are just blurring the lines between finishing spray and setting spray. But the biggest thing you want to see is alcohol. Alcohol, you want to see alcohol inside your setting spray, and that's going to, again, make sure it stays. And this right here has alcohol in it too. This don't have the ingredients on it, but we're going to just kind of say that it has alcohol in it. So y'all, it's officially 9:01. I'm gonna do a wear test of probably like 1 o'clock, probably before then, because I'm trying to get to bed at a certain time. Both of you guys enjoyed this look. Hopefully you guys learned a lot more about finishing spray, setting spray, finishing powder, setting powder, how to use these things throughout your whole makeup routine, and you know enough to really just beat down the girls, okay? This right here is just a little flashback check to see if I have flashback. And as y'all can see, they about to piss me off already. But I also feel like my foundation is just too, I feel like my face is too light. But let's see if we can take off the flash. Okay, we can't see, okay. That's cute. So let's take a picture. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this look. I love y'all, and as always, stay blessed.
I wanna love you, boy, I wanna love you.